Tech advancement in any industry, including mining, starts with research, which is needed to understand where and how technology can add meaningful value. For more on this, we are joined by Julie. Julie, thank you so much for your time. So let's talk about some of the key tech innovations that we're seeing within the Mandela Mining Precinct in order to, enhance safety and efficiency when it comes to your mining operations.
Thank you very much. At the MMP, safety and competitiveness is what drives the research agenda set by industry. I can share a few examples of what we've done as well as what we're working on. So one very good example is the trackless mobile machinery digital twin exercise that is currently, it's got a proximity detector, and that's currently in trial with one of the mines. Another technology that was recently developed was, it sounds small, but it's huge. It's an automated digital risk assessment tool. And so that saves the time, usually a paper-based system. This is now real-time information on the risks that people are facing, going up to the control room, decisions being taken, coming right the way back. Another very good example would be, again, it's a digital twin example of ultra low profile machinery for very, very deep mining. And currently what we're looking at is the independence of the wheel operation on these ultra low profile machines to see if we can predict with a digital twin that it will operate at more than 23 degrees. I think a very valuable one that we're currently looking at is a telescopic fall of ground sensor, which obviously removes the person from the harm from the face, and it looks into the face to detect whether or not there is loose rock, and so complements the typical barring down exercises. And I think perhaps a final example would be looking at the acoustic properties of rock to see if that can be used to predict where there is potential danger and loose face. So those are just some of the examples.
Over the past couple of days, when it comes to the conversations we've had here on MITV, the word collaboration has come out quite strongly. How do you see collaboration between mining companies, the tech providers, as well as the research institutions when it comes to accelerating tech within the mining industry?
It's probably an overused word, but vital and crucial is really the words that I would use, because the industry problems have to be linked to the research agenda, and we have to have the original equipment manufacturers, the tech providers, pulled into that conversation to make sure that we're not missing each other. The worst thing that can happen in research is to spend many years researching a product only for someone to say, oh, I did that 3 years ago. So I think the biggest issue in collaboration, most vital for it, it's not the biggest issue, is information flow between the mining houses, academia, and the technology providers. And that's what the MMP's core job is. We catalyze and facilitate that research, development, and innovation by building this network of mining companies, OEMs, tech providers, institutions, including other science councils and including universities that we partner with. But I would like to just say that, there is a little bit of a myth about collaboration, that it's all hunky-dory and it's, we're all very keen scientists and engineers and social scientists, which I do need to mention. But sometimes you have to collaborate with people that you find difficult to work with, and that brings in the human dimension of collaboration and also of tech adoption. So one of our programs is the Successful Application of Technology Centered Around People, which is all about bringing all of these players together, and communities and the workforce, because no matter what we produce as technology, if people do not want to use it, have fear of using it, it won't be adopted, and then none of the safety or productivity or competitiveness goals will be met.
Another word that's quite popular, and I think we're going to be hearing it over the next few years or so, is artificial intelligence. But then also comes the idea of automation and digitization. Yes. How do you believe these emerging technologies can address some of the problems that we are seeing within the mining industry in South Africa?
The role of AI and digitization and automation is vital, particularly in South Africa for the ultra-deep mines. But mining is not a simple task. It is a highly complex series of activities. And one of the biggest value drivers in AI is its ability to integrate vast amounts of data, send it in either real time or practically real time to the decision makers, and give them this composite picture of what's going on. So that's the first real role of AI. In terms of things like predictive maintenance, which of course contributes to both safety and to competitiveness, AI and automation is going to be very important, and there are strong research thrusts into those areas. Of course, data analytics plays a massive role, especially across the supply chain. And this includes the drive within society for improved environmental, social, and governance tracking, and even the origin of minerals. So that data analytics across the mining supply chain is very, very important. And then another important role for AI is the self-learning capabilities and also the cobot, in other words, the collaborative robot working with a person with machine learning to improve people's productivity, but also to improve safety. And I think the final really important thing about digitization, automation, and the role that AI can play is in things like optimizing mine planning, which obviously impacts safety, impacts competitiveness, productivity, and there is the potential to even start looking at developing new business models for mining.
What does future-proofing mining mean for you today?
I love the term future flexing.
Okay.
Because flexibility and adaptability is going to be what future-proofs us. Because we need to, especially in the research space, we need to be looking quite far down the line. Research can take quite a long time, and it's not necessarily the best route for addressing immediate problems. If you look at the Global Risks Report that's just come out, there's very clear indicators of the trends that mining is going to be facing. And so for us to become flexible in our planning, in what we're researching, with safety at the heart all the time, with people at the heart all the time, that adaptability within the sector is going to be what future-proofs the industry.
I like it, future flexing. Thank you so much, Julie.
Thank you very much.
For more insights, you can go to miningindaba.com.